I'm Chef Nick Luna, Chef de Cuisine here for Food Bank Larimer County. Today we're going to do some basic knife skills that just about anyone can use in the kitchen. First and foremost, we'll show you the anatomy of a knife. Here you have the blade, which is the entire piece itself. You have the handle. And then getting down to specifics, you have the point, which is where the spine here meets the edge, and then you have the tip. The heel here, which is typically one of the sharpest parts of the knife itself, and then you have the butt. So those are the basics for a knife. Second most important thing is how to hold a knife properly. So a lot of people, to have total control over the knife, a lot of people think you have to have the handle. But that really doesn't give you the stability that you need. And you have a lot of people that will put their finger on the spine of the knife thinking that it gives it stability. The best way that I can explain how to properly hold a knife, specifically a chef's knife, is what I call the handshake. So when you go in with your handshake, right, you go and you squeeze. So you go in here, right, fingers on the blade, thumb on the blade. This gives you stability. This is the correct way to hold a knife. A lot of misconceptions when it comes to working with knives is that, a sharp knife is dangerous, which it can be dangerous. It is a tool, but it's a tool to be respected. And generally speaking, a dull knife is going to be more dangerous than a sharp knife. So we always want to make sure that our knife is sharp. You do that typically by keeping your edge on your knife. You can use, they have automatic machines now that you can utilize. You can utilize a whetstone. And then in between different cuts, you always want to use a honer. So a knife blade itself is made up of thousands of microscopic teeth. And when those teeth get out of line, that's what's going to dull your knife. So you want to make sure that those are always in line best as possible. So typically you'll use a honing steel. You want to hold it at about 15 degrees. You can do this whatever way you feel comfortable, but about a 15-degree angle, and you just run your blade back and forth. You don't need to do this more than 4 or 5 times. Start off slow, however it's comfortable for you. Me, I like to hold mine in the air, and when I'm using it, in between, boom, I'm good to go. So sharp knife, that's the most important thing. Safety first, always. So when you're working in a kitchen, whether you're at home or you're a professional cook, you're gonna wanna cut on a solid surface, so a cutting board in this instance. And you always wanna make sure that if you don't have a slip cutting board, that you want to put down like a wet paper towel, or in this case we have a wet towel, to keep that board from slipping. You want to create some stability because, again, safety first.